Well, it's another beautiful Sunday morning toward the end of April here in Oakland. I haven't flown the plane for almost a month now. So there's a couple things I wanted to mention again. One is whatever airport you're at and you're going to take off, you should always know where to put the plane down in case you get a catastrophic failure immediately after takeoff. And the rule of thumb is always land straight ahead so that you have a controlled descent, even if it's in like here in Oakland, there's a golf course right here on both sides. There's the other runway, there's flat areas, and there's also the bay, there's water. And not as a last resort, but it's not a bad choice to ditch it into water. It's like 95% survivable if you do it right. Wheels up to skip in, even if you have a fixed gear aircraft, you can skip it in. So always know what your default is. If you have enough altitude, then maybe you can come back around, but you don't want to stall it on coming around. If you get low and you're pulling up to try to stay from getting too low, boom, you stall it near the ground. Really, really bad. Okay, so know your airport, know what's around you. When we went to Fullerton in Southern California, there's like freeway on each side in city. There's no place to default to, except maybe a city street or a busy freeway is not a good place. So the other thing to mention is you should also calculate your go-stop distance. And what that is, if I remember correctly, is that you get to takeoff speed, you realize something's wrong, and you have to stop. And you have to make sure you have enough runway for that. So it's always good to take a long runway. One example I had is on a turbocharged engine, regardless whether it is a single or a twin or whatever it is, the turbocharger has two sides, the compressor side and the hot side. And the hot side is driven by the exhaust, spins this side, and then the compressor side compresses the air into the engine and gives you your low 30 inches of manifold pressure at sea level on takeoff. So I was taking off one time, put the power in, started going down the runway, and I wasn't getting full manifold pressure. And I backed off, stopped the plane, and aborted the takeoff. Came back to the hangar, took the cowling off, and in front where the exhaust couples together, it was uncoupled for some reason, and the hot exhaust was blowing out to the cowling. So if you're not getting full manifold pressure, there could be a hole of some sort. Maybe the coupling came apart, maybe there's a crack, maybe there's a hole in the exhaust going to the turbo. Turbo is not spinning fast enough, not making enough manifold pressure, big red flag. And the other thing is, if you have that little hole, it's like a blowtorch coming out. So if it's on the cowling or anything under the cowl, it's going to do some serious catastrophic damage. So know your airplane, know what your pressure should be. That's why I go to full power with the brakes on, so I can see everything is lined up right, and I'm getting full pressure, and then I launch. So that's today. Beautiful VFR day, like I said, to Auburn. The barometer here in Oakland is 299.3, and then in Auburn, no, it's the other way around. It's 299.8 here in Oakland, 299.4 in Sacramento, 299.3 in Auburn. So as my friend Bobby says, he's a science teacher, the airflow is like water, high to low. So we should get a small tailwind. You can see my hair blowing a little bit from the wind now. The surface winds are blowing fairly well here. So the pre-flight's done, the front window's clean. The wife's gonna sit in the right seat today, so we'll see if I can make her scream a couple times. Just kidding, not just kidding. So come, ride along, and let's take a flight.
Good morning, Twin Cessna 3318 Quebec, VFR request. Cessna 952 and departure, maintain VFR below 2,500, squawk 0367.
0367, maintain VFR below 2,500, 952.
November 3318 Quebec, Oakland, tower, state type aircraft and destination.
Good morning, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec, Skyline 320, slant India at the new T's. Have the ATIS Delta, request runway 33 VFR to Auburn today. All right, so we don't move until we get some clearance to go on the active taxiway. He's punching it up now.
Cessna, or Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, on departure maintain VFR at or below 2,000, squawk 0372, runway 28 right, taxi via Charlie.
0372 and 2,000 on departure, and taxi to 33 via Charlie, 18 Quebec.
18 Quebec, I'm sorry about that. You said you wanted 33, correct?
I want 33, correct.
Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, runway 33, taxi via Delta Juliet.
Delta Juliet for the new T side, that's correct. So we're going to 33, 18 Quebec, thanks. Okay, so a little...
and over 68 Foxtrot, hold short runway 33, traffic departing 28 right. Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, command your altitude, maintain VFR at below 2,500.
Okay, we'll go 2,500 or below for 18 Quebec.
And Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, appears you're going to a disregard.
He thought I was going, he was looking at the other guy. Thought I was going to...
November 952, state type aircraft?
Say again, 952?
952, state type aircraft.
Cherokee.
Thank you.
That's a little bit vague, Cherokee. Friend, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec, I have a request this morning.
Twin Cessna 3318 Quebec, Oakland, tower, say request.
Do you have time, and does traffic permit a departure on 33 and then a simulated return to landing for 28 right and then on the go back up to Auburn?
Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, I can make that work. Let me know when you're ready for takeoff.
Okay, 18 Quebec is ready for takeoff at 33 with a simulated return to 28 right and then just a touch and go and back on course.
Bay Flight 17, make left close traffic, runway 28 left now.
We'll make left close traffic. We're actually going to be return to San Carlos, Bay Flight 17.
Bay Flight 17, roger. Make a quick right turn, then expect a right turn over runway 30 numbers.
Roger, we'll make a right turn and expect the 30 numbers, Bay Flight 17.
Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, we just a moment, traffic departing.
18 Quebec, I see him, and we're going to do this at 500, I'll initiate the simulated. All right, so we're going to take off and simulate that there's a problem and have to come back to the land. Now, since 33 is already, you're already almost like on a crosswind, it should be pretty easy to come around and do the landing for 28 right, and then we'll take off. We'll demonstrate how the...
Tower, Bay Flight 17. Do you want us going directly 30 numbers now, or just continuing the down one?
Bay Flight 17, proceed over the runway 30 numbers, then the mid-span San Mateo Bridge. Maintain VFR at 1,500 for now.
30 numbers, then mid-span at 1,500, Bay Flight 17. We'll maintain VFR.
Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, runway 33 clear for takeoff. Make right close traffic, runway 28 right.
18 Quebec, roger.
Bay Flight 17, contact tower 127.2.
127.2, Bay Flight 17.
Okay, so here's our simulated return to airport.
Cherokee 47952, holding short at 28 right, ready for takeoff to Mount Diablo.
Cherokee 47952, Oakland, tower runway 28 right, cleared for takeoff.
All right, so we're going to roll. He's letting him go. Full power. Everything good? We're launching. All right, I'm looking for 90 plus 10 on the airspeed. That'd be 100. Feet, heels on the ground, feet off the brakes. 80, 90, 100. So now we're in takeoff mode. We pull up, pull the gear up, just like normal. Start our turn on course. And let's
simulate some loss of power. So we'll pull back on the...
Sun Cessna 18 Quebec, runway 28 right, clear for the option.
1 Quebec, clear for the option, 28 right, we're in the right downwind turn now.
All right,
Sun
so...
Cessna 18 Quebec, rate of contact to altitude.
1 Quebec, 600.
All right, so we're turning now like we're going back to land. Say you have a problem of some sort. Now you have to go from takeoff mode to landing mode. And depending on what you have, you might have to put it in tight.
And 1 Quebec has the traffic upwind. Is short approach okay?
Sun Cessna 18 Quebec, short approach approved, and they'll be making a right turn out to the Alba practice area.
1 Quebec, roger.
All right, so now we got to go with a gump.
Check
Gas
952, start a right turn.
already on. Undercarriage, got to drop
Starting
the
right
gear.
turn, 952.
Mixers, props. Put some flaps in, keep your speed up. Okay, so there's our simulated return. We're going to do a touch and go. So you don't know what's wrong with the plane, simulated, but you have a big fat runway, you got the bay there, you got a golf course here. I don't like the idea of the road, too many poles on it.
Ground point 75 over there.
Our airspeed's okay. We're sinking in. I got a green. Cow flaps are still open. That's my last problem. Okay, so now I've made the runway. So we'll just do a touch and go. Okay, so there's our
Check
return.
952, rate of contact to altitude.
Altitude 800, 952.
Okay,
Chicken 952, roger,
Now, flaps
and
up.
proceed on course, outer
Full
below
power.
2,500,
2,500.
952.
full power looks good. That's our speed. And we're back off up in the air.
And 1 Quebec's on the go.
Sun Cessna 18 Quebec, roger. For now, turn right heading 360. Maintain that VFR outer below 2,500.
Okay, 2,500, right turn to due north 360, 1 Quebec.
Okay, so that took care of that. We're climbing out. Those are heading north.
Gulfstream 305, Lima Mike, Oakland, ground runway 30, taxi, Charlie Bravo, hold short runway 2 right.
Beautiful day in the city today. Very
Sun
clear.
Cessna 18 Quebec, Cherokee traffic departed before you, 2 o'clock, mile and a half, northeastbound 1,600.
1 Quebec, looking for the traffic.
Sun Cessna 18 Quebec, you can proceed on course.
2,900.
1 Quebec on course, and somebody else will block.
Yeah, you got blocked, thank you. And other aircraft calling Oakland Tower, 18.3, say again.
Yeah, that's Cessna 21263, 2,900.
Cessna 21263, Oakland Tower, make straight in, runway 28 right.
Straight in, straight right, Cessna 21263.
1 Quebec, traffic inside 2 o'clock, looks like a mile and a half.
Sun Cessna 18 Quebec, thanks a lot. Contact NorCal 127.0, let them know you have the traffic in sight.
270, thanks for your help. 1 Quebec, so long.
Figure 952.
He's busy, guy.
Wow.
Okay, let's talk to them.
NorCal, good morning. Twin Cessna 331 Quebec, checking in. I called the earlier traffic in sight, but that was incorrect. That was someone else going into Oakland. Checking in 1,400.
November 3318 Quebec, NorCal approach, roger, stay altitude requested.
1 Quebec, I think we can stay clear of the Bravo. I like 3,500 after the first Bravo step.
November 18 Quebec, roger, and remain outside the Bravo navigation.
1 Quebec, roger.
Okay, so that wasn't the traffic I saw. That looks like, or might have been. I can't tell.
Cessna 68 Foxtrot, reset transponder, squawk 45.
All right, we don't need the Bravo clearance. Let's set up for cruise climb. Top of the green, manifold pressure.
0, November
2350.
Papa, contact Oakland Center 127.8. 127.8, okay. Good.
And fuel pumps off one at a time. All right, so this is the border for 3,500 on the Bravo. So we're out of that. So we can just go up there without worrying about it.
NorCal Cherokee 47952, just crossing over Mormon Temple at 2,500 feet. We're with you in San Diablo. Cherokee 47952, NorCal approach, roger, road navigation outside the Bravo. Navigation outside Bravo, Cherokee 47952.
All right, so we're just going to get up to cruise altitude 3,500. The forecast was for a little bit of bumps today. I didn't tell the wife that until after we took off. Oh, she loves it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so...
Rate 40, contact NorCal approach 135.1.
That's it, honey. Tighten your seatbelt. There you go. All right, so we're in the climb. Getting bright out here. Wow, it is a little bumpy. What kind of push we getting? Well, not really. It doesn't show much. All right, so our next frequency, I'm anticipating 119.9er. And when we pick up with the next one, I'll get the camera back on.
November 1, Bravo, Quebec. Reset transponder, squawk 4220.
Would that be for 18 Quebec?
November 3318 Quebec, affirmative, squawk 4220.
4220.
Ooh, it's bad. A controller with bad eyes. He thought the 8 was a B. He said 1 Bravo Quebec. It's 18 Quebec. Ah, that's an easy to do. Easy to do. All right, here we are, cruise altitude, 3,500. Concord Airport's right there. We're just going to stay at this altitude. No low flying today. No goofing off. And we'll check in here shortly.
So 18 Quebec, contact Travis approach 119.9.
18 Quebec, Travis now 19.9. Thanks, and good morning.
Morning.
Route to Tahoe.
Nice Air calls calling Travis approach, stay full call time.
Experimental RV707 Sierra Mike. RV7 flight call.
Number 7070 Mike, Travis approach, south number 29905, stand by for squawk.
Travis, good morning. Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec, checking in level 3,500.
Number 203, traffic 12 o'clock, 4 miles northwest bound, Skyhawk 2,600, making approach into Concord.
Okay, we're looking for that traffic. That's
Number 18 Quebec, correction number 3318 Quebec, Travis approach, south number 29905.
18 Quebec, roger.
All right, so there's the low pressure I talked about earlier.
Number 8 Mike Echo, traffic northeast of your position, 3 miles southbound, Skyhawk 2,400.
Okay, he's at our 6 o'clock now, so no joy on that traffic, and we're established inbound the approach. Mike Echo.
November 8 Mike Echo came in broken, say again.
Saying the 8 Mike Echo.
So you can always tell when you have an old timer
Roger, clear TOR, runway 19
in the airplane, an instructor that early in his aviation career didn't wear headsets a lot because they're harder hearing. And here's how it sounds without headsets on it.
That's pretty loud, and you're yelling at your instructor before the days of headsets, and they would cup their hands like this so that you could hear them.
We've come a long way to have these nice Bose noise cancelers. If I cover up the microphone that listens for the outside noise, for canceling, the headphones are not as efficient. The wife's trying it too. See, honey, you learned something today. Twice today you've learned something. All right, so we're doing 184 across the ground. Indicated airspeed in knots is 180. And because the air is a little thinner up here, it indicates less than your ground speed is. And then, of course, if you had a 50-knot tailwind, the ground speed would be a lot better, but the plane wouldn't know the difference because it's only reading relative wind. All right, nothing much going on between here and the next controller, we hope. So we're just sitting here in cruise, all cozy and nice.
Number 831 Foxtrot, squawk 451.
Our RNAV for Auburn just popped up.
4515.
22 minutes out. So I'll turn the camera off and turn it back on as we get closer to our destination.
November 3318 Quebec. Cross approach, contact.
Quebec 12525, thanks, and good morning.
Bird segment altimeter 2997, verify your destination.
Truckee for 31 Foxtrot.
And 31 Foxtrot, roger.
NorCal, good morning, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec, checking in level 3,500.
331 Quebec, NorCal, approach, good morning, segment altimeter 2997.
1 in Quebec.
All right, so there's 2997. Still a little bit less than Oakland going that way. So I have an annual inspection coming up end of next month. So I'm getting a squawk list started of things that I need. For the shop, not too long. So now we're showing 17 minutes. A lot of water out here. It's still melting. They're releasing water from the reservoirs. Now a lot of this water is here all year round. There's a lot of groundwater that's here all year round. But this year, with Auburn Dam being released and all the rain we've had, and the dumping
3739 Whiskey.
And the dumping of Folsom Lake so that they can anticipate the runoff, all of the valley has had much more water than normal. I don't remember that area being that flooded before, do you? That might be a new spot. We're VFR. We can just take the plane and spin it over there. Clear the area to the right. This levee area broke here a long time ago, 15, 20 years ago. But on the other side of the Sacramento Deep Water Channel, that area there is, I believe, newly flooded. Don't you think so? He's nodding. He's nodding in affirmative. So there, I just put the nose down a little bit. I know the compass is in the way. So that's the area, that looks newly flooded because you can see that there's a lot of grass and vegetation on it. All right, let's get back on course.
RV 7070, my contact approach 123.7. Yeah.
You can see the
Good day.
you can see the waves of, not waves, but the waviness of the water. So this area of water here that you can see, that's the Sacramento River Deep Water Channel. As I've said on many trips before, container ships will go up that into the port of West Sacramento. And Stockton, which is on the San Joaquin River over here, is the farthest inland deep water channel in the world, I am told. All right, so we're heading toward the Sacramento area.
Basket 23, clear direct Point Reyes, climb and maintain 11,000.
You want to go over
Point Reyes,
Folsom?
11 south, last gate 23.
All right, the wife wants to go over Folsom, so guess what? We're going over Folsom. That'd be Folsom Lake. And we'll pass over Folsom Prison. So the best way to get to Folsom Lake is to look up where Mather Air Force Base is in relation to our current position. Mather is a 038 heading. So we'll kind of put the plane in that direction. We don't have to tell NorCal or Center that we're going that direction because we're VFR. You're free to navigate and kind of do whatever you want as long as you stay out of airspaces. I'm a little concerned. I am going to ask them about any jumpers at Lodi.
They're 23, contact Oakland Center 125.8.
No, Lodi is over there.
2585, last gate 23, so on.
So we're not in,
331 Foxtrot, contact approach 123.7. See ya.
we're not in danger of any jumpers. Curious to see how this comes out on the video because it seems the volume is a little bit lower in my headset than I'm used to. Maybe because I haven't flown for a month. But
go with your first instinct. It's like the golf course. Grab the first club you think's the right one and go with it. So we're over a Lodi area, Franklin Airport, right down here. Never been there. See it on the map a lot. And I think we have some northerly flow because we're being pushed south of course. So I'm having to correct over. I see Mather Air Force Base here, and I know that Folsom is just past it. I'm anticipating a low Folsom Lake because if you can see the Sierra Mountain, they're still full of snow, and it's gonna run off. And I heard something today that I have never heard before. Not today, this week. The Squaw Valley ski area, site of the 1960 Winter Olympics.
N3318 Quebec, contact approach 127.4, good morning.
Winter Quebec, 127.4, good morning.
Let me check on it, finish that quick story.
NorCal, good morning. Twin Cessna 331 at Quebec. Checking in 3,500 for Auburn. We're going to go over Folsom Lake and then Auburn.
3318 Quebec, NorCal approach. Thank you very much.
All right, so Squaw Valley, home of the 1960 Winter Olympic Games. They said that they're going to have skiing all year long because of how much snow they got. I don't think that's going to be accurate. Whenever you get a big snow like we have, a big snow year, the most I've ever heard them say before is they're going to ski until
NorCal approach, good morning, Cherokee.
until the 4th of July. But all year is pretty crazy.
Cherokee 262 Golf.
Especially with all that climate change and global warming, how could it be?
That's west over on my way to Sacramento Mesa for a practice approach, 4,500 feet of cruising altitude.
2 Golf Golf, one more time your type aircraft and what's your approach request?
Papa 28 Bravo Spike Golf, and I believe it's the ILS 2 in Mesa.
For 2 Golf Golf, Roger, squad 0313. Let me know when you have ATIS information uniform.
0313, we'll get uniform. 2 Golf Golf.
So the top of Mather's airspace, if I do it by
For
memory,
262 Golf Golf, radar contact.
I think it's 2,700. So we'll just push the nose down to 3,000 to stay out of it.
Climate 3,000.
Good morning, Quebec, at or above 3,000 until north of Mather Delta airspace, please.
Winter Quebec, that was the plan. 3,000 being made for and out of their 5 miles limit.
Okay, so he said the same thing that I was planning on.
981 Alpha Romeo.
He said the same thing I was planning on.
500.
Here's 981 Alpha Romeo, NorCal approach, thank you.
There's Mather Air Force Base right there. So Mather's in Rancho Cordova, and I believe that area there of undeveloped houses or area is some contaminated land that has to do with the Air Force Base from years ago. Because you have...
Our approach, Cherokee 2 Golf Golf has uniform for me.
The home stop right there on the waterway. So I believe that's what I've heard before. So we're over Highway 50 right now. Highway 50 leads up to South Lake Tahoe, Placerville, Single Springs, up that way. So straight ahead, I'll put the nose down just a bit, stay above the 3,000, is Nimbus Dam. And Lake Nimbus, Nimbus Lake, whatever it is, comes out of Folsom, and then there's a second dam there. And the red light...
The 1-8 Quebec approach questions.
Winter Quebec, go ahead.
Are you the one that puts everything on YouTube?
Yes, sir. That's me.
We can find those through your call sign?
Yes, sir. Search for the call sign, and this one will be up in about probably late today or tomorrow.
1-8 Quebec, thank you, sir.
Feel free to criticize.
Not at all.
Constructively, thank you.
All right, so that's the controller from NorCal in Sacramento.
That's cool. They've got like 5 or 6 gates
Oh,
open.
she speaks. Okay, wow, okay. Yeah, they got 5 gates open in Nimbus Dam. I can't show you because I'll be violating the airspace.
So 2 Golf Golf, VFR, descent 3000.
For Mather.
Down to 3,000, 2 Golf Golf.
So you missed out. Okay, I'm out of their airspace, but we're right over it now. I'm not going to dive bomb into it. But now I am going to head for the dam.
For 2 Golf Golf, an amendment to your climb out instructions, you are now approved for the published missed approach after your ILS.
Okay, approved for the published miss. Thank you, 2 Golf Golf.
You should be able to see the white water coming out of the dam. I'm trying not to descend too fast for our ears. I'll stay safe distance above the dam and the lake. But I'm going to put the wife to work. I'm going to have her do a video, and I'll stitch it in.
Park Southwest 2884.
Go ahead and start video.
2884 NorCal departure radar contact.
It's running now. Just do the lake, and I'll edit it. All right, so you'll see a little bit of both here. Hers will be loud because there's no microphone hooked up to it. So we can see pretty good straight ahead, but I'm gonna have the wife take the stuff to the sides, and I'll be sure to get Folsom Prison. We can see if the boys are in their orange jumpsuits working out. So there's Folsom Dam. 1, 2, 3, 4 gates, 5 gates open. We're getting into the yellow arc of the airspeed. So there's...
Boy, they're just dumping it.
Get a good picture of Folsom. Wow, they are dumping. Let me see the camera. Let me show the dam. Oh, they're dumping the living crap out of it. Holy mackerel. Look at all that water. All right. Here you go. Back to the photographer. Back to the videographer. Wow, this lake has filled up dramatically in the last few weeks. Here's the north shore where the boat launches are. Wow, those boat launches were out of the water last time I flew over here.
Southwest 2884, radio check.
Southwest 2884, got you loud and clear, sir. 123.7 if able.
23.7, Southwest 2884.
Look at all the junk up against the shore.
Yeah, there's a lot of debris in there.
Very dangerous navigating a boat right now.
All right, we'll just head up a little bit more towards the North Fork. Wow. They're dumping it, and it's rising like mad. Well, I tell you what, they're going to have a lot of today, this year, this season, is some good river rafting going on.
One Alpha Romeo traffic at your 10 to 9 o'clock in 5 miles eastbound, Boeing 737 climbing through 8,500.
Now we got traffic inside, 1 Alpha Romeo.
1 Alpha Romeo, thank you. Caution wake turbulence from that Boeing 737. Contact approach now 123.7.
137, 1 Alpha Romeo.
Nice to see the lake this full, that's for sure.
3318 Quebec. Looks like there's a couple aircraft in the pattern. Auburn, use caution. Radar services are terminated at this time. Squawk VFR change to advise frigates approved. Have a great day.
West Quebec, great, thanks, and so on.
Let's hear the weather in Auburn.
Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000 feet.
Temperature 16 Celsius, 2.6 Celsius. Altimeter 29996 inches of mercury.
29996, right?
Auburn Municipal Airport, automated weather observation 1729er Zulu weather. Wind 210 at 9er knots. Visibility more than 10.
All right, they're going to be using 25 for sure. And 9er knots be a little bit of a quartering wind.
Auburn traffic, Princess 331 at Quebec is 5 to the south, going to enter 45 for left traffic, 25, Auburn, full stop.
All right, so there's the airport. I'm going to climb the pattern, 2500. And land runway. I can see smoke past the airport. It doesn't look like the wind is that strong as it's reporting, 210, but actually be a crosswind, so that maybe it is correct.
Auburn traffic, Princess 1 at Quebec on a 3-mile, 45, left traffic, 25, Auburn, full stop.
All right, gumps. Gas, undercarriage, mixer, pop speed. Fuel pumps on, gas, that's one. Make sure you're on the mains. That's gas, that's the G part. Make sure you're not turning into anybody. Get the pattern altitude.
Portland traffic, Takeoff 125Q.
First off the flap, in.
2000 heading west. We're going to circle back to the east.
Keep producing power.
15.
Add some props in. All right, let's see who else. What do you see? Where?
Somebody's taking off.
Taking off. Okay, no problem.
Auburn traffic, Princess 1 at Quebec turning left downwind, runway 25, Auburn, full stop.
Auburn traffic, basic 23 Romeo Bravo, departing 25, Auburn.
Departing pattern.
I see him departing. I'm on the downwind. Still reducing power.
Auburn traffic, WFI 7473, turn left, crosswind 25, wind, sight.
All right, somebody's taken off. Okay, he's on the crosswind. The gas check, undercarriage got a green. Mixers, props. We're almost in the
Portland traffic, miles 630, Kilo Bravo, 10 miles. Demington bound 29.
There's a wide arc, full flaps. All right, so gas, undercarriage, mixer, prop, speed. We're good to go.
Auburn traffic, Princess 1 at Quebec turning left base, runway 25, Auburn, full stop.
All right, so we're a little bit high. Had to pull the nose up and slow down. So
Auburn traffic, 623 Romeo Bravo is departing on the 45, southwest bound.
Auburn traffic, Princess 1 at Quebec turning final, runway 25, Auburn, full stop.
All right, nobody waiting to go. Nobody on the runway.
This Auburn 57473, left down 125, Auburn.
All right, so we got an upwind, we got a downwind, we got a 45 on the departure. I got the VASI, we're pretty high up. So we're gonna just reduce some power and sink in.
Auburn traffic, radio check.
Loud and clear.
Thank you.
All right, so here comes the VASI, here comes the red. A little breezy here. Okay.
Pre-surf.
I don't think so. Boy, that windsock's going straight across. All right. So,
Auburn traffic, WFI 7473, left base 25, touch and go, Auburn.
all right, we'll put the brake straight ahead, turn the fuel pumps off so we don't kill the engines. We're going to exit the runway and then announce.
Auburn traffic, Princess 331 at Quebec, cleared of 25, going to Park End, Auburn.
That's VFR to Auburn, as usual, with return to runway at Oakland. Thanks for riding along.